Good morning and welcome to the annual conference of the Forum for Macroeconomics and Macroeconomic Policies here in Berlin. I'm very glad to welcome Antonella Stirati, Marc Lavoie and Robert Blecker. Thank you very much for providing the intro lectures on heterodox economics at this conference. But before we start with the first workshop on post-Keynesian macroeconomics, let me say a few words about the forum and our main activities. So the Forum for Macroeconomics and Macroeconomic Policies was founded in 1996 as a platform for the discussion and the analysis of macroeconomic issues. So at that time, macroeconomic theory and policy was dominated by supply-side approaches, and so the forum was basically established to provide alternative heterodox concepts of macroeconomic theory. The forum is hosted and also financially supported by the Macroeconomic Policy Institute. This is a research department of the Hans-Böckler Foundation. The forum has a steering committee, including people that are responsible for the organization of this conference. But the forum also comprises an international network of fellows who give their support to the forum by being speakers at our conferences and summer schools or by contributing to our FMM working paper series. So the first FMM conference took place more than 25 years ago with only 35 participants and 14 papers. Over the years, we've seen a huge internationalization and also an increase in the popularity of the FMM conference. To give you a few numbers, at our 20 years anniversary conference, more than 350 participants engaged in discussions about 140 selected papers, and also this year we have received a tremendous amount of very interesting paper proposals. So we are very glad that this event receives so much positive attention. It is one of the main objectives of the forum to support the development of young economists. So for example, it has become a good tradition to organize this pre-conference workshops on heterodox economics for young students. And in addition, there will be 6 parallel credit student sessions tomorrow at 11:30 with 24 promising papers on very interesting topics. So as some of you might know, the forum also organizes an international summer school for advanced students and young researchers. So our last summer school took place last year in July in Berlin with around 50 credit students and young researchers from all over the world. So basically, this is a one-week academy that provides an introduction to post-Keynesian macroeconomics and to problems of European economic policies. The summer school consists of overview lectures on different topics, which are given by international researchers such as Marc and Robert, lab sessions on stock flow consistent modeling, panel discussions, student study groups, and so on. I've prepared some pictures to give you an impression of the summer school, so you can see that everybody works hard during that week, but the atmosphere is really great and very inspiring. So in the evenings and during the breaks, students discuss about their research projects, or they just play table tennis or table soccer. The highlights are usually the boat trip to the city center of Berlin and the barbecue party. So I would say the summer school is intense, but it's really a fun week, and I can highly recommend that you apply for the next summer school, which is next year in July. So as I said, the forum also organizes different publications. So for example, we maintain cooperation with the European Journal of Economics and Economic Policies, in short EJEP. And since 2012, we publish a selection of conference papers each year in a special Papers and Proceedings issue of EJEP. Then we have also developed a FMM working paper series, which publishes research by our fellows and affiliates. I think you can find a selection of these papers outside on our publications table. Okay, so on our webpage you can find further information about the forum, future conferences and workshops. We also provide documentations of past conferences and workshops with papers, slides, and videos of these workshops and plenary sessions. Of course, you can also follow us on Twitter. And I would like to mention that the Macroeconomic Policy Institute offers internships and PhD scholarships, so please check out our webpage for further information. Yeah. Okay, so this is the agenda for today. Now, the Young Scholar Initiative will present current projects and how you can participate in the working groups. Then we start with the first workshop on history and fundamentals of post-Keynesian economics, which is given by Antonella Stirati. After this workshop, we have a lunch break. Then Marc Lavoie will give a workshop on a post-Keynesian theory of inflation. And finally, after the coffee break, we have a workshop on open economy macroeconomics, which is given by Robert Blecker. So enjoy the workshops and the discussions during the conference. And I would like to welcome the Young Scholar Initiative. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah.